I got my trusty Hellboy mug here. It's a good way to start the day. As you can see, I've been working on this Batman sketch. It's hard to call it a sketch because it's a finished piece, but I just did this on my iPad. I worked over the past week or so, I guess. I just did a sketch one day, tightened it up another day, started inking it like a week later and stuff. So I just kind of sat my iPad and worked on it a little bit, and then this morning I threw some quick colors on. So I didn't capture it, just kind of on the fly as I was doing it. But I've got the highlights down here and I wanted to play around with color holds. So I want to show you some different ways of doing color holds. I think I'm going to create another layer here. I'm working in Clip Studio. I'm not even sure how far I'm going to take these color holds. I think I'm just going to do a few and just try it out. I might not even keep it for the finish, but just for this little lesson thing. Normally what I do is I'll create another layer on top of my ink layer. Then I go back to the ink layer with the selection tool, the magic wand, and I just select all the lines. I'll take a second because this is way too big of a file and I've got a bunch of crap opened up on my computer, so it's going to take a while. And it looks like I've got my selection tool like right on. So over here there's this color margin thing I can play around with, and that says how much of the line work I'm going to grab, and sometimes it grabs too much lines. I've also got my anti-aliasing is off when I drew this and stuff, so it's all solid lines, just these little tiny pixels here, so I don't have to worry about any weird bleeding over. And when I draw directly over this, it's going to be, none of the black will show up in these little blurry pixely lines, which happens sometimes. So just taking a quick look, I'm not even convinced this needs any color holds. This is just kind of an exercise. So usually what I do is I'll just make a much darker version of a color that I'm dropping out. So right now, the darkest gray here is right here. So I'm selecting that gray, and then I'm going to go down over here to the color selection, and I'm going to make it much darker, but not completely black, because I don't want it to be black. I just want it to be color hold. And now on top of this other layer, I can draw right over the black. Where else do I need to do that? I should select this. And I'll color over that. So I'm not going to get too carried away with the color holds here, largely because there's this big black background. So a lot of times, at least for me, when I do the color hold thing, I like to do it on the exterior lines a lot. And there's a lot of weird judgment calls in here, like this. Like, do I leave any of that black that goes into this black? Is it kind of weird that the color hold ends there? Maybe it does. I don't know. Again, I don't even think I'm going to keep this for the finished piece. I think I just want to do it just as this exercise here. Yeah, I don't see many other places. I mean, I suppose I could color hold these shadows here, but I don't really want to. In Photoshop, you can do like this sort of Control H will hide the lines for the area that you selected, but for some reason it doesn't do it in Clip Studio. Although it probably does, and I just don't know how. Yeah, that's that. I guess I would probably do it here as well if I was going to do this. Let's do it a couple places with the black or in the blue in his blue cowl shape too. I'm gonna grab the darkest blue, and then I've got to go much darker on that. And I'm gonna make it a little bit more saturated, even though it's darker. It's gonna be a little bit more saturated, I guess that is. So I'm moving it to the right. The color selection, because the light is sort of coming from this side of the page. I'm going to color in that side of his nose, but not the other. You see these little like dirty marks here and stuff. I'm not cleaning it up because this is a sketch. It's just like an exercise. So I don't need. I mean, maybe at some point in the future I'll clean it up some, but you know, I don't want to get carried away. I've already gotten carried away. I just want to do this for fun, not as it's not a finished piece or anything. It's just an exercise for you and I, and I'll post it on Twitter later. And this really, be honest, it's not the best example of how to do color hold or why you do color holds or where, you know. Why and where you do color holds is, I'm still figuring it out. I'm in awe of people. It seems to come really natural too. It's pretty awesome when somebody can just make it look really natural. So, looking at it now, yeah, I actually like it better without the color hold. But there it is. Probably do. Let's see what it looks like if I do. Well, that's going to take a moment again. So I'm going to try and see what it looks like on this line, these lines here, where the light is hitting his body. I'm going to see. Why is this taking a long time? Okay. I'm going to see what it looks like all in color holds, where the light is hitting his body. So let's try this. Could be I'm not going dark enough with that either with this outline, but it's just hard to tell because I've done color holds, and then once I've seen them print, like it prints all different, and there it is. It prints differently, and it's hard to tell like how strong it's going to look. At least for me it is. I can't always tell. Wait, gray. Dark blue. Blue here. Let's do that. I guess it's good. I don't know, maybe right here. I'm not sure how that will play. I was thinking of doing a line here, except once it goes into the black, then I'm even going to have to commit to doing this entire outline on his cowl, but I'm not sure that I want to. Maybe it'll be acceptable if I just do this. I guess so. Ah, shit, I was completely on the wrong layer. I should have been working on this layer, but I was working on this layer. That That sucks. So now I'm kind of committed to it. Well, I guess I could go back and undo. That's what's really cool about what do you call it here? Clip Studios. I can go back a lot. Yeah, let's do that. So Control Z and then just keep hitting it. Alright, yeah. There we go. Anyway, I think we'll just leave it there instead of fighting with that outline and going too far. This is really just like a little test just to see how it look. I kind of like it better without. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Yeah, you tell me. I'm going to upload this for you guys with the finished piece. I'm going to leave it with the lines on, with the color holds in here. Yeah, tell me what you think, if you like it or not. I'll leave it just for you guys for a day or two, and then I'll post it on Twitter, I don't know, in a couple days. So, anyway, that's it. This is a, oh, crap, yeah, totally should have do a color hold in, like, the bat robe. That would be interesting. But I got work to do, real work to do, not just pinups, so. I'm going to leave it at that for now, and, yeah, we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.